All right, welcome back. This is part 2 of a series of episodes that we're going to show to restore this Whac-A-Mole machine. So far, we opened up the front panel here, took that off, and we could see obviously right away the reason why it's not lighting up is because probably during shipping or something, one of the bulbs came loose. But you could also tell that the ends of the fluorescent bulbs are burnt, so those might also be bad too. We'll have to plug those in and find out, and hopefully the ballast is okay. So let's move on to the back over here, and I could show you what exactly happened electrically to this thing. So if you look real close, right there, that's the I/O board. Now the I/O board has melted, and I don't know if you could see this, but some of those fuses are blown. Now I haven't pulled the fuses out yet, but it tells you that they're 1/2 amp, 1.5 amps low blow fuses. So now you could tell that there must have been problems with this thing because they tape fuses up here. So they were probably blowing fuses and just replacing, and I mean, they could have put the wrong fuse in, burned this thing out. So let's start it up and I'll show you exactly what's going on with it. Okay, so you can see the I/O board does come to life on some of the inputs. Now on the motherboard, you don't see anything lit up, but you have to assume that the motherboard is working because the sound card on the motherboard does do the attraction mode. And in a couple minutes, you're going to hear the attraction mode where it's going to give up the music jingle, come play with me, blah, 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 blah. So when we get to the front over here, you can see that the LED display is working, but it shows all 8s. 8.8.8. Fluorescents aren't working, so let's try to plug those in and see if they will come back to life. All right, we got the bulb plugged back in. The machine is turned back on. Obviously the bulbs haven't started up, so like I said, by the ends of the fluorescents you can see they're burned up. So I would say it's safe to assume that it's safe to say that the fluorescents are bad. So we'll order some new fluorescents, and probably wouldn't hurt to order another ballast too. I'll see if I could scrounge one up from somewhere from the internet. So we just started it up. In a couple minutes, you're gonna hear the jingle, and look at that. We plugged the fluorescent light bulbs in, and the I/O board has stopped working. There's the jingle. So that tells me that the sound card on the motherboard is working, but the I/O input has stopped working now that those lights have been plugged in. So let's unplug the lights and see if the I/O board comes back to life. If that is true, that'll tell us that there is some kind of short in the fluorescent lighting that burned out that I/O board, possibly. All right, we got it powered back on. The fluorescent is pulled back out. Let's take a look, see what's going on here. And the I/O board is completely dead now. So it looks like we're gonna have our work cut out for us on this project. But nonetheless, we will get it done, and we will continue on with part 3 in the series. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned.